Hey everybody, Ms. Dietrich here. We're taking a look at questions that have slightly different formatting, so I thought it would be a good idea to go over a couple of examples. So if we look at number 14, they give you the percent, and then they want you to figure out the whole, and they give you the part, of course. So recall that we're talking about parts and wholes. And if we rethink this as a ratio, we would write that as 40 over 100. All right, and then this is in the numerator position, so we'll leave it there, and we're solving for the whole. All right, now it's probably going to be a good idea to simplify this ratio. If we get rid of the zeros, we just essentially divide it by 10. And since 4 is compatible with 32, let's just leave it as that. So 4 times 8 would be 32. We would just have to do 10 times 8 to get the answer. And of course, 10 times 8 would give us 80. All right, if we take a look at, let's look at number 16. If we were to do this one, this is the same as 45 over 100 equals, and then they have 54 over some number. All right, again, because 45 is not compatible with 54, let's simplify it. How about we divide by, let's start with 5. Divide by 5, we get 9. Divide this whole thing by 5, and we get 20. 9 is compatible with 54. Let's take advantage of that. 9 times 6 would be 54. So that means we just have to do 20 times 6 to get the answer. If we just do 2 times 6, that would be 12, and we have to throw on that 0. So that would end up being 120. All right, let's see if there's anything else here that we should probably go over. We have time to at least look at number 19. Maurice has completed 17 pages of the research paper he is writing. That is 85% of the required length of the paper. What is the required length of the paper? So we can either consider doing a tape diagram, or some people don't need to do that because they understand, they can read it and understand what are the parts and what are the wholes. So we're talking about 85%. That means 85 over 100. All right, now if you've completed the whole paper, you've completed 100% of it. It's saying that he completed 17 pages of the research paper, and they want to know what is the required length. So they want to know what's the all of it number of the whole, because 17 would be the part. All right, both of these are divisible by, let's start with 5. If we divide this by 5, some people don't know what that is, so you would have to do off to the side, do the algorithm. That would go in once. Get the 3 left over, bring down the 5, and that goes in 7 times. And it's off the screen, but it works out evenly. All right, so if we divide this by 5, we get 17, and if we divide this by 5, we get 20. Well, because 17 times 1 would be 17, we would just have to do 20 times 1 to get the all of it number, which of course would be 20 pages. Now, if you're using the tape diagram method, sometimes it's a good idea just to map things out. If you've completed 85% of the paper, that's pretty much almost all of it. And if 17 is the part, and 20 is the whole, that sort of makes sense. It's proportional. It fits the tape diagram. By the way, if they ever wanted to know how many more pages are left to be written, you would subtract the 17 from the 20 and you would get 3, but fortunately they weren't asking for that. All right, so that's all we have time for. Look for more videos if you're still confused on this topic.